Hey, how's it going guys? Phil here, and this is a review for Epic Water Filter's 2.2 gallon Nano Dispenser. I go through a lot of filtered water at home, since it's not just my go-to beverage, but I use it for cooking, making tea and coffee, and even in my daily smoothies. One of the main things that frustrates me with my pitcher filter is that it takes a really long time to filter the water, even with a brand new filter. After waiting 30 minutes, there's still water in the reservoir, and I only end up with a few cups of usable water. I've resorted to transferring the filtered water into a second pitcher just so I can do back-to-back filtrations, taking up valuable countertop space. So I was pretty excited when Epic Water reached out and asked me to try their 2.2 gallon Nano dispenser, which they sent at no cost in exchange for my honest review. In the box, you'll receive the water dispenser, a nano filter, and an instruction manual. There's also a fact sheet that explains why TDS meters aren't a great gauge for determining whether or not your water contains harmful contaminants, so be sure to give that a read. The 2.2 gallon water dispenser measures 12 inches long, 8 inches wide, and 8.5 inches tall. The front and back of the dispenser is recessed, so you can hold and lift the tank easily. Just above the front handhold is a filter life meter that counts down from 90 days in 30-day increments, and lastly, lets you know when you have fewer than 15 days left. This device is removable by inserting a mini flathead screwdriver into the notch at the top, so you can replace it if it stops working. At the bottom front is an opening with male threads, where you'll attach the dispensing spigot. On top of the tank is a black lid with a sliding gray tab to open and close the fill reservoir. At the back of the lid is a notched tab that you can use to lift and remove the cover. It also helps you orient the cover since it can only face one direction. Inside, you'll find the dispenser's spigot and installation instructions. It includes a pre-installed silicone O-ring and screw collar for assembly. To attach it, make sure that the O-ring is snug against the flange and not twisted or folded. Then insert the spigot into the opening at the bottom front of the dispenser and press it in firmly. Then tighten down the collar until everything is very snug to prevent any leaks. This cup attached to the bottom of the reservoir is the filter. Since I have the gray color, this indicates that it's the Nano filter versus Epic's standard pure filter, which is white in color. To remove it, grasp the ring at the top of the cup and firmly twist it counterclockwise. You'll see that inside there's a clear O-ring and a single hole through which water will enter in order to be filtered. The filter is surprisingly lightweight, and if you shake it, you won't hear any moving particles, unlike the sand-like charcoal grains of other water filters. This is because the technology of Epic's Nano filter utilizes a nano-alumina active layer containing powdered activated carbon and antimicrobial silver sandwiched between two layers of spun-bond polyester, so everything is held together pretty tightly. This type of filter removes heavy metal contaminants, microplastics, as well as bacteria and viruses, making it a good choice for well water, camping, or for when there's a boil advisory. Before use, you'll want to wash and rinse the dispenser, so I'll keep the filter off for now to make sure no soap or detergent gets into it. Then to reinstall the filter, place it snugly against the ring on the bottom of the reservoir and twist the ring clockwise until it is snug. If you have hard water or known high levels of sediment, be sure to run your water for 15 to 30 seconds before filling the reservoir to flush out any sediment buildup in your pipes. You need to dispose of the very first reservoir fill-up, as it may contain loose carbon or fibers from the manufacturing process, though you can repurpose this water for washing or watering plants. Then you can start drinking and using the water from subsequent fill-ups. One full reservoir filters about 1 gallon of water, so to maximize the storage capacity, you'll need to fill the reservoir up twice. One thing to note is that the dispenser needs to be placed near your counter or sink's edge so that you can place a glass under the spigot. You can optionally purchase a custom wooden stand for it on Epic's website that raises the dispenser up off the table. Then just pull the tab down to start dispensing. It locks into place for continuous dispensing until you raise the tab back up. Don't forget to initiate the filter life timer by pressing and holding the start button for 9 seconds. The 90 days is a general guideline if you consume an average of 1 2/3 gallon per day, but actual filter life will vary depending on your usage, so be mindful that the filter is rated to perform well for around 150 gallons of filtered water before it should be replaced. The flow rate through the filter is about 30 minutes per gallon. let's give the filtered water a taste. I'll be comparing it to straight out of the tap water and water filtered using my pitcher filter. The water from the Nano dispenser is really neutral tasting, pleasant, and refreshing. Now for my tap water, it's definitely got a chlorinated flavor and a musty earthiness to it, which apparently is a seasonal occurrence where I live. Lastly, this is my pitcher filtered water, and that tastes okay. Definitely less of the chlorine taste, but still a mild flavor of it, and some mustiness to it as well. I think the main reason for the difference between the two filtration systems is that the Nano filter removes contaminants that the granular carbon filter does not, according to the water analysis report provided by both manufacturers. Overall, I'm happy with Epic's Nano water dispenser because it filters about 50% more water in the same amount of time as my pitcher filter. It produces better tasting water, takes up less space when you account for the fact that I have two pitchers, and it's rated to capture potentially harmful contaminants that my regular water filter cannot. I can store a greater quantity of water all at once, and it's easy to dispense the water from the spigot versus picking up the pitcher to pour. I do wish that the countertop stand was included versus purchased as an extra add-on, but you've also got the option to store the dispenser in your fridge if you prefer cold water. I've got an exclusive coupon code too, which I'll leave in the description below, so you can save some money while supporting this channel if you decide to buy something from Epic. They also have their own version of a pitcher filter, as well as sports and travel bottles, and an inline under-sink filtration system. I hope you enjoyed this review. You can ask me any questions in the comments. I'll put a link to the product in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join me next time.